Uh, so besides your job and everything that happened, well, I knew well you were doing well in your dating life, and well, I want to know how do you feel about that, and also I remember you told me something about being the lighthouse of your family and also in a relationship. In our ceremony, that's something that really stood up in my mind. Something that you said, and so I wanted to just well ask you what actually that means for you.
Right. Okay. So being the pillar of strength for
Yeah.
the people around us,
Yeah.
the people we love. Um, so during our session, one thing I realized was that um, everybody is looking for someone to hold on to in some regard, someone to look up to, someone who will protect them or look after them, someone they can go to,
Yeah.
someone they need. And what can happen, I think, to many guys, and I would say happened to me, was that I was trying to use girls as a way to kind of prop myself up, to feel better about myself, to feel better in my life. Um, and kind of I was kind of holding on to them as my only anchor. But I realized that in reality, I actually had this realization that some of the girls in my life, I'd actually been, for them, I'd been the pillar of strength that they were holding on to.
Mhm.
And I never realized that before. I never realized I was that person for someone else, and I could be that person for someone else. Um, so then since then, I've been focusing more on becoming more of that pillar of strength for others rather than like always looking around for somebody else to be that pillar of strength for me.
And well, when you say that, it makes me think a lot about the ego and like a horse that has this the floppy things, and they cannot see in the sides. And when you open that, and it's what we did in the session. Well, you
Mm.
could see like, wow. I mean, these girls like really cared about me. I mean, I was something from them, and then there is a whole other dimension that just because of the stories you are telling to yourself, well, you cannot open yourself to that and just like see how amazing are you sometimes.
Right,
Yeah.
right. 100%. And also to see how what an effect that can have on them. And a lot of these girls are maybe going around protecting themselves because they don't want to be hurt.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Um, what would you say? It's something that well changed in you since the last time. Um, because you started to see people openly. You started dating other girls as well, and well, yeah. What changed in your belief system?
Well, for one thing, the let's call it the residual resentment or anger towards women was somewhat dispelled. Because to be able to see women in a totally different light and to see my relationship to women in a totally different light and to see clearly the effects that like manipulation and game and lines and pickup, the effect that can have on people, it gave me a lot more compassion for them, uh, both men and women, for what they go through when it comes to all this crazy relationship
Hmm.
stuff that people are getting up to these
Yeah.
days. So just feeling that compassion towards women and having that understanding towards them and not feeling so rejected or that I'm the problem, that I'm not good enough. More so just understanding that they've all been through some stuff as well. and that's how it is, and that's okay. And
Yeah.
it's not that they're evil or, I mean, I never thought women were evil, right? But it's
Mm. But there is
not that.
many guys that think so, and that's scary. I mean, that's sad to think that.
Yeah,
Um,
especially to
uh,
see.
I think, as you said, well, there's so many things to see and to see. I mean, we focus that much in what opener to use, what technique to use, and we dive as we learn game in those techniques, and we are not actually diving in the thing that is really important, which is like knowing what is actually a girl, what is the connection we're having, like how to feel more, and uh,
Right.
and rather we put like a shield to never be attacked anymore, to never feel anything, any pain, doing the best techniques to get the girl and
Get her.
to win the battle, right? And for sure,
Right.
relationships is not a performance thing, I would say.
Right. Right. And with that performance thing and all these techniques and all that stuff, sometimes maybe you do get the girl, but there's some weird thing going on there where you
Mm,
like you're not even supposed to be with her. And in fact, those techniques, it's putting something in front of you, that a wall, a mask that that shouldn't be there, and you're not able to enjoy a real connection, free flowing between the two of you, a genuine, sincere, deep connection. Because these techniques just
yeah, totally. But what would you say it's well, the initial problem that you had uh, before we saw each other? Like, what was the core thing that you think you changed? Maybe it's the light that you said before, but maybe there is something else.
yeah, well, I'd say it was definitely my focus, my ability to focus more on my purpose
Mm-hmm.
whilst not being distracted by women. Because before it was whilst I didn't want it to be, my highest value was always like, how do I get the woman, you know? Because
Mm,
that was the only thing that I felt would really help me. Whilst I had a purpose of sorts, number one in the mind was always how to get the woman.
mm,
Um, and that was obviously off-putting, and it also led me to places in my life where I didn't really want to be, bars and clubs and shit far too often, with at one point before I came to see you, not much to show for it.
mm,
Um, but then after seeing you and learning about the pillar of strength and seeing that I could help my family from a place of strength, I could breathe life back into my family if I could build that for myself first, build that strong foundation. That became the ultimate goal and purpose, and
yeah.
the girls kind of dropped in priority at that point. So, um, actually, actually, right now, over here in Portugal, it's a year later, I'm not going out at all. I'm just focusing on
The
my
job.
work and
Yeah.
training and learning skills
Yeah.
and building that
Yeah.
strong foundation. Yeah.
And the good thing is like, well, you're working towards. I mean, in a way, that's obviously authenticity. I think it's not just about girls, but it's just being authentic with yourself and what you need at the moment. And so you're telling me now is job time. It's building this well business you have in mind. But the thing is that in the back of your head, you are not worried about finding a girl because now you know there is not like a level that you have to maintain uh, to once you see a girl and you go and fuck I didn't practice my technique I I I don't know what opener to say, like you just go and you know it's something natural, and you will just maybe talk weirdly if you speak in Portuguese, whatever. And but at least you know you are showing your heart. And this sounds like very kitsch, but showing your heart is what really women that I think are good in their head will have a very very strong reaction towards you.
It's what they really want.
Yeah.
And it's what I always wanted too, but struggled to show that. And hence the techniques, right? Because if you use the techniques, you don't have to show that.
Yeah. So
But
yeah, tell me.
but I do have this reassurance now inside me that, you know, wherever I do go in the world, if I go and live my life, then I will. Um, if I so please, I will find a girlfriend
Mm.
wherever I am. Um, and that doesn't mean that my approach anxiety or whatever you want to call it has
No,
disappeared.
no, actually, that's something really good, I would say, to have approach anxiety because it makes it way more authentic. The fact of feeling
Mm,
pain, because you don't want to be someone that is completely desensitized, like people do. Like you go for sessions and you do, well, I did 50 approaches, and then like after 1 week of doing 50 approaches every day, you just look like a machine. I mean, a soulless machine, and you attract people that actually what they have their light very low.
yeah, I've definitely not had the best um experiences when I have, used a lot of game or techniques and such like, and yeah, maybe I did get the girl, but on the back end of things, it was not the right girl, as we were discussing, right? Not the right girl for me.
Yeah.
And it's effectively a game of manipulation coming from
Mm.
both sides who
And
aren't being who
how
they
does it feel
manipulate.
emotionally for you uh, to have that? I mean, to have this power. How does it feel?
Reassuring. Reassuring because I know it's not all about my level of effort
Yeah.
and forcing
Mm.
and hitting my KPIs. I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a topic that I wanted also to address. Is the fact of because not many people talk about this. Is about finishing relationships, and well, there is a way to end things, uh, which can be very fruitfully and also very toxically. But that's also something that I think you kind of started developing is to have this relationship with girls and because you don't stay too much time in one country and you bounce to another country, well, you have what dating scenarios in which you have very short span of time and you develop strong feelings, but you are very clear in the intentions and in the fact that you will go. And for what you told me, it's very, as I said, fruitful. It's very, it's like you learn something from them, they learn from you, and it's respectful.
Correct for the most part. I mean, there are many girls that I can go back and see if I want to, but um, not all of them, right?
Of course, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, girls have their stuff to work through as well, right? Maybe they have idealistic expectations. Whether I tell them I'm leaving in 3 months and, I probably won't be coming back or not, that's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna relieve them of their idealistic expectations at the end of the day. Um, but I can only be as honest and open as I possibly can, right?
Yeah. And one thing about the amount of work, uh, it feels to me that well, when I for myself I started to take this road of being more authentic. Well, now I have a girlfriend, but before starting dating, it was way less effort for me. I
Mm.
wasn't thinking during the interaction on all these phrases, all these push and pull things, and I don't know. um, I don't know what you think about that.
Well, it still comes out sometimes.
Yeah.
There's still work to be done there.
Mm.
Um, but growing that stronger connection to myself so I can recognize when I'm doing it or when I'm not is super important. And it's only something that, especially for someone who's been doing it for so long, learning this stuff, that time comes when everything has to be unlearned, and that's a learning process in itself, right?
Yeah.
It's not just one magic bullet, and all of a sudden one day you can just be fully authentic, a
Of
hundred
course.
percent, and just forget all the stuff that you spent years learning, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But I guess you have to see the pain uh, first. I mean, what's going on inside? What are you holding back? And that's the first step to let go, to well, be
Right.
authentic, to so just
Mm.
whatever. I would just say hi to this girl. I mean, I like her. I mean, I feel something when I see her like 20 meters from them. I will go approach her, and if there is some connection, might be, but she might have a boyfriend, whatever. But I mean,
Mm.
maybe we will go out, and
Right.
that's the spirit. It's not about numbers, and if nothing happens, what nothing happens, and we're good. And if
Right.
something happens, it's also good. Uh,
Because what happens if you can't get in touch with that spirit? If you can't feel that, what happens is guys just double down the techniques, the
yeah,
pickup stuff. They double down on it. It's not working, so I need to do more of it. The more of it you do, the further away from that spirit you get.
yeah,
And then
and
things don't look too good once a guy is 40 and he's been going down that path for 20 years.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, things can get very, very messy in your mind if you continue that role for sure. Yeah, and I would like to imagine a word in about true connection, but it's very utopian, utopic. Yeah, very utopic. But I
But
wish,
what is your topic?
well, that guys focus in what is important in relationship. You know, whatever it is, they want a girlfriend, they want another relationship. Uh, it's so easy just to be honest and to uh, to show your scars. People won't
Mm.
judge you. I mean, they will just respect you. And the
Not
ones that,
just to
sorry,
mm, not just to show your scars, but to show your, well, I'll call it your angry side as well, in a
yeah,
healthy way.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
totally, yeah. So in a way, well, I would like to know what would you say to someone that is well, that is in the edge of joining the program, that is scared or shy or worried. What would you tell them?
Well, I mean, I don't know what path they've already gone down, but if they're here looking into this, there's a damn good reason for it. And if someone's reached the point with all the techniques and the books and other stuff that they're looking into this, then like what is it that's clicking inside you? What is it that's resonating inside you that's making you look into something a bit deeper? There must be something going on, right? And we all know for a fact that doubling down on the manipulation and doubling up your approach numbers isn't going to help.
Yeah,
So,
it's not. It's not. But but
yeah.
even if you're the best manipulator, right? If you're the best of putting a mask,
Yeah.
how long can you like sustain that? Like 1 week?
Guys can guys can sustain it surprisingly long,
Oh yeah.
but the end result is complete disconnection.
Mm,
And it's not just the girls that feel it, is it, Nelson? It's me too. I feel it
yeah.
from the guy, you know?
Yeah. But we become as well like well, me and you, I think I can talk for you as well, that we are very sensitive as well when we uh communicate with someone. We can tell already like after 2 seconds, oh, this guy or this girl is just putting a mask.
Mm.
You're like,
Yeah.
there is work to do there.
Yeah. Well, the tough part is if I put
Yeah.
a mask on, she puts a mask on too.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you are authentic, I mean, of course, you, as you said, there will be girls that put masks on, but you have to be secure enough in yourself to
Mm.
express yourself with security.
Mm.
And when the other person feels that, she might have a mask, but then little by little she will feel, oh well, this feels safe.
Mm.
He has good intentions, and well, I don't have to use this mask anymore. I think I will just naked up myself. Yeah, we just present
Right.
myself naked.
Right, right.
Um,
And that sense of security in yourself, it's a deep internal thing.
yeah,
Um, it's not the same as getting in state, let's say,
yeah,
because you can get in any guy can get into state by doing 50 approaches in 2 hours.
yeah. But yeah,
But
state was real. I'm sorry, uh, but
yeah, no,
I
go
think it's like
for
a
it.
drug. Is
Right,
is
right. The
it's just like a drug.
temporary, like, yeah, you haven't shifted anything internally,
Yeah, and you
truly.
get dependency into a state as well.
Hmm.
But when you're well, what does it mean being authentic? But when you're in a meditative state, you're always in that state. When you learn how to be just kind of neutral and just a little bit above, I mean, you don't need a state.
Mm-mm.
And you were going to say something? Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, so I was saying that sense of security in yourself, that ability to soothe yourself and be grounded and present without needing to be in state, which is just a temporary drug, as we said.
Mm,
No amount of girls, hotties, nice bums is going to just give you that. That's not how it works. And no girl can, reach deep inside of you and fix that. It's not going to happen. That work is for you to do inside yourself alone to deal with that pain or insecurity or whatever it is. And until you truly recognize that, you're going to try fix it with girls. And ultimately, you can hate me all you want for it, right? But when a man has to deal with his own pain, and girls can't help him with that. As much as you might believe when I get the girls and I get 20 hotties and I built up the evidence that I am enough, then I'll feel enough. Like,
yeah,
no, doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But
that's
yeah,
very
so
wise.
there's some gold for you guys.
Well, in that list,
Gold nuggets.
gold nugget that you gave, I want to well thank you. That was amazing. Thank you a lot for your time. And well, I'm happy to see that you got all those insights, not only for the coaching but afterwards by yourself as well. You you just evolved so much, and well, I'm happy to see you. It just makes me feel that there is hope in the world of dating, and we can change this together, man.
Yes, brother.
And
Oh
have
yeah.
fun and dance and
Yeah,
everything
boy.
that you want. So,
Yeah, boy.
guys, as you saw, Lewis had a last session with me. It was amazing, and thank you for being here. Boop.